Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're building a TV. But before we get into today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure that little bell icon right next to that is checked off. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content we got on this channel. So right on to the video. We're building the TV today. I'm just kidding. You guys already know what this is. You guys have already seen that video, what bike I'm building today. I've already done my initial review video. If you missed that, I'm gonna have a link up in the corner. It's this corner right here. Check that video out. You're not gonna want to miss it. That was an awesome video, and I am super excited to continue to ride this bike. So, what have we got? This is the good old Poseidon Redwood drop bar bike right here in a nice matte white. So big thanks to Poseidon for sending this out. I was able to talk to the guys from Poseidon while I was at Sea Otter, had great conversations with them about their bikes and how their bikes would make a great fit for my channel and great fit for you guys looking for a good budget bike that would get you a best bang for the buck possible. So that's why we picked up the Poseidon Redwood. So after Sea Otter, I talked to them some more. They ended up sending me this bike out so I can show you guys what this bike's all about, show you guys how awesome of a bike it is. But in today's video, obviously you know it's already assembled. Today we're assembling the bike from a box. So this is essentially how you're gonna get the box right here. Obviously, hopefully it's in better shape than this box was. Poor FedEx did a number to the box, which I've already opened at this point because I needed to make sure the bike was okay and everything works good. So Poseidon, good job packing your bike. Even FedEx can't screw up your bike. So let's go ahead, we're going to take a look inside here, we'll get this bike up on the stand, we'll get starting assembling it. And this video you're watching right now is going to be pretty much the basics of putting that bike together. There's going to be a few extra videos on the side that are going to show more specific things, such as adjusting your mechanical disc brakes, that's going to be a separate video, installing tubeless tires, separate video. But today we're just doing the basics of getting this bike out of the box, throwing it up in the stand, and starting getting it together, showing you guys kind of the process of what you'll be looking at when you get a bike like this. So let's go ahead, we'll open this guy up. Open our box up here. There we go, okay. So we'll go ahead and pull out what we got. So first we got our wheel set in here. So set that off to the side. All right. I'm gonna pull our cardboard all out of here. We're gonna throw that behind us. There we are. Got our box of parts in here. We'll see what's in there in a second. And we need some wire clippers to start cutting some zip ties. So you're gonna find in these guys, this is the seat post, zip tied to the bike. So we'll pop that guy off. All right, so here's our saddle. So what I always do, and what I've always done, is we're gonna go ahead and install our saddle in the frame. It must be tightened. All right, so we're gonna put a little bit of grease right in here in the seat tube. We're gonna tighten this, we're gonna unloosen this bolt, install our saddle so that way we can hang it up in our stand and start unwrapping the rest of this bike. Should be solid there. All right, so got our bike stand right up here. We're gonna take this box out of the way. And here's the bike reveal, you ready? Oh, it's bubble wrap, or foam, woohoo! All right, yay! Literally the next step, we're gonna cut all the zip ties off, be careful so you don't scratch your brand new paint. Ooh, man. Okay, so at this point, obviously let's start a little bit more wrap on here. I got the top tube and I got that chainstay down there. We're gonna start to assemble stuff. So what we're gonna start off with, we're gonna start with the bars, that way we can get them off this top tube, mounted up in the stem. So we need to get those off. Those look like they're 4mm. So honestly, building these bikes very easy. If you have a set of crank keys, you're gonna be pretty set. So, biggest thing I can say when building a bike is make sure you grease everything. Holy crap, they tightened those. So there we go. So we got pretty much the faceplate of our stem right there with our 4 bolts. So what I like to do, I have my big can of grease here. I have a brush, and I just like to brush on some grease on our bolts. This helps make sure they don't freeze up, keeps water out of them. You want to make sure that your cables are where they're supposed to be. You want to make sure you have them unraveled and they're not twisted up still or anything like that. So I've already done that as I unwrapped it. Pop that out. Okay. There we are. Let's go ahead and we'll start just lightly putting these in. You don't want to torque them in all the way. because you want this to tighten evenly. Most of these guys are going to have like a little bullseye in the middle, which is exactly what this guy has. And that's kind of where you want them to be. Dang it. Again, you don't want to tighten one side up more than the other. You want to make sure you're tightening them evenly. So you have an even amount of space around the whole stem bolts, the whole clamp bolts here. Now I got pretty even. I'm just going to go around and snug all these guys up. So there's our bars installed. Pop off our foam on the top tube. And we'll come back here now that our bars are dealt with. And start kind of dealing with a rear derailleur. Let's see. How do you want to come out? Whoa. What the heck? Okay. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Okay, so this has two little tiny screws here, which are maybe a 2. So generally if a bolt has Loctite, you don't put grease on it. So I will not be putting grease on these. Okay, so let's pop right in there. And these little guys need to kind of get tightened up in there a little bit. So this is the Advent X rear derailleur, the micro shift. I run the Advent on the Superfly and I love it. So got this guy, so it's got a clutch, so we'll let that clutch off there. Alright, I think we're looking good. Alright, last piece of foam here. And we're moving, and then it's action time to start building stuff. Okay, so got this, at least basically, it looks like a bike minus the wheels now. So let's look in our box here of different parts. Thanks for buying the bike. Alright, reflectors, you guys know what to do with reflectors. Just, you don't need them. Unless you're riding on the road. If you're riding on the road and you want extra protection, where you can use reflectors. I'm not putting them on. Nope. Okay, so in here, okay, so this is the hardware for your disc brakes, for your actual rotors. They do come with a pair of plastic pedals, and there's our through axle for the wheels. And last thing in here, this should be our rotors. So for now, I'm not going to use these plastic pedals. I'm going to use some E13. What are these? I'm just going to throw these guys on just for test purposes of the bike and getting everything dialed in. It's probably going to end up with a pair of crank release egg beaters on here eventually, but for right now, just for initial test rides and ironing everything out, we're going to throw these guys on. Throw some grease on our pedal threads. So we'll go ahead and throw our pedals on here. So I think we are about as far as we can go before doing the wheels. So wheels. Oh, I got a zip tie over here. I got a couple zip ties actually. Shoot. I missed them. Alright. So wheels in here. So these come with the 27.5 Kenda Cadre tire on them. So these are an in-house wheel for Poseidon. The wheels are supposedly tubeless ready. Tires, I don't know. Couldn't find anything on the Kenda Cadres. Comes with those. Doesn't say the tires are tubeless ready or not, but we're gonna run them tubeless. Or at least attempt to. So we're gonna take off all the wrapping here. So this is the Advent X, which goes from I think 11 to a 48. It's a good sounding freewheel. Cool. So we're gonna take these tires off. This is the part where you're gonna see us in a different video. We're gonna take these tires off, try and set these up tubeless, and see if we can get them to seat. If we can, it's awesome. Because realistically, tubes are gonna work for you. This comes with tubes. These have air in them already. You can just fill them up and you're set to go. That's how most bikes are gonna come. They're gonna come tubes whether they're tubeless ready or not. In my case, I'm in Nevada, and pretty much anywhere I would take this bike has goat heads and thorns. And it's just gonna puncture a tube like nothing else. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on tubeless. That way we can try and get that figured out and not even have to deal with that. No, we don't have to deal with that at all. And we just get a ride, which is fun. So I'll pick right back up when we're ready to install these on the bike. Okay, so we got our tires set up tubeless, ready to go, and we're ready to keep on going with the build here. So next up, we gotta install our rotors onto the wheels. So we got our rotors right here, nicely packaged. Brought my scissors out, let's cut some tape to get to our rotors. And I believe they're the same size on this one, front and rear, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, so we'll just pop our guy on just like that. We got our bolts here, and we're gonna need a T25. All right, Got those all set. I'm gonna grab a T25 and we'll get these tightened. All right, T25. Let's start. All right, one rotor installed, and we'll throw our other next rotor on. All right, so there is our rotors installed. I think we're ready to throw them on the bike. So get back over to the bike and throw our wheels on, and we'll keep on going from there. Okay, so back over at the bike. So we need to throw our front wheel on first. And what is this, 6? All right, 6mm for the through axle. Right here. And you might be like, oh, you didn't check to see if they were true or not. I'm gonna check them on the bike. We're getting there. All right, so the rear, I'm excited to see it with both wheels on now. All right, same size for the rear. All right, same size for the rear. Let's see, are wheels out of true at all? Yes, the front wheel's actually not bad, to be fair. Front wheel's not bad. Mainly the rear wheel has a couple humps in it, but we can fix that. That's no problem at all. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera. I'm gonna pull all these little bolts out of here, throw a little bit of grease on them, stick them back in, get that knocked out of the way, because there's like a million of them on this bike. So we'll do that, and then we're gonna adjust the brakes. That's gonna be, again, a separate video than right now. So I'll show you guys how to adjust a mechanical disc brake in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. That's coming, but we'll pick up right after we get those brakes all adjusted. We'll start working on the rear derailleur on this bike. All right, so we are on the last part of our bike build now. Woo! All right, so we are adjusting the gears on the back of this bike, making sure these are dialed in. Should be pretty simple. Everything else is pretty simple in there. We got our brakes adjusted. Those are all set for right now. We need to go bed those in and see if we need to make adjustments from there. But right now they're bedded in. I went through and tightened and greased every single accessory bolt on this bike. In case you didn't know, there's a lot. There's a lot of those. So we went ahead and did that, and the reason I do that is to make sure that next time when I go take them out, if I need to attach a rack, a water bottle cage, whatever I'm trying to attach, I'm able to do it no problem. The bolt comes out, no water's gonna get in there. You know, there's a lot of different things, but ultimately for me, it's make sure that bolt comes out the next time. So every single one of them is greased up, so they are set to go on there. Let's get these rear gears adjusted. So, like I said at the beginning, this is the Advent X, so the 10-speed micro shift. I've been using the 9-speed Advent on the Superfly for the past 2 years. I love it, works great. So, we're gonna use this here. So, first thing we're gonna do, kick on our clutch. So, you can push on that now. It doesn't bounce around. That's what we need to start off adjusting our derailleur. So, we got that set. Let's go ahead and let's pedal. Let's see what kind of a, how does this even work? Okay, so we got a big shifter. No shot is this that well adjusted already. Alright, first thing, let's go ahead and set our limit screw, which actually doesn't look half bad. High, low. Okay, so we're gonna turn our high a little bit. Ourselves. This is an interesting shifter setup. Just realistically, I'm kind of digging this. Okay, so there's our high. That was the easiest derailleur I've ever adjusted. Cool. Alright. Okay. I think the last thing we gotta do is just true the wheels up, which I'll just do off camera. And I think we're ready for our first ride and see how this thing feels. Get the seat adjusted and go for it. So the wheels actually came pretty good. The rear needed like a couple tiny adjustments. The front, pretty much dead true. I mean, a tiny bit off, but not enough that I'm worried about that at all. So, pretty much, next up here is to adjust your saddle, because I'm not that tall. So that was a 5. Let's start off with right here, and we'll make adjustments from there, but that should be pretty close. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it how it is. I think we're gonna have to tip the nose down a little bit, but see what we can do. So, there's the Poseidon there. So that's how you go ahead and get your bike built up from brand new in a box. If you follow the steps just like I did in the video, your bike's gonna be set to go. Pretty much get that bike out of the box, get the wheels set up, however you're doing that, tubes, tubeless, whatever you're doing, and you are set to go. Pretty cool, pretty simple. I know I have a sick bike to ride. excited to get on this Poseidon Redwood and get riding again. Again, big thanks to Poseidon for sending this out to me so I can give it a shot, share this cool bike with you guys. And let's get riding. I have some stuff set up on here. You might see it's a little weird, might be different than you see in the actual video of my review. But for now, this bike is set up how I want it. So if you guys enjoyed the video or found it at least entertaining, give it a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section down below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering any questions you guys have. Be sure you're subscribed. That way you can look forward to more cool rides and cool things with this Poseidon Redwood. We have tons of plans for this, and it's going to be awesome. But until next time, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.